Chapter 20, verse 22. Behold, your intelligence cometh from your deception, and the advantage that ye have taken of others because of their words. For ye have convinced those who carry forth the waste, and also those who bring forth the fruits of the field, that your gold and your silver are most precious, and are desirous to possess. And because of your many words and your deceptions, those who work by the sweat of their brow support you, depend on you for this gold and this silver, that they might live. And ye have taken that which they produce, and have convinced them who have produced it that it is less than the worth that ye know it to be. And then in your deception ye take that which ye have purchased for little, and sell it for much, so that ye might get gain in this profit, and add to the abundance that ye already have. And ye enter into covenants with each other, that ye might control those who work by the sweat of their brow to support you. And ye have used your gold and your silver to buy protection for your evil plans, and to hire those who make the laws and ordinances. And these laws and ordinances assure that ye might continue to get gain without the consequences of the law to interfere with you. And once ye have established these laws among you, ye use these laws to justify your actions, and before long your whole body shall be full of darkness, according to the words of the Lord. And oh, how great is that darkness! I would that ye would take away the gold and silver from among you, so that Satan can have no power over you. For if the things of this earth have no value to you, except that it be to sustain your lives and give you joy therein, then shall ye begin to lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. And if ye had all things in common, like it was in the beginning, even like unto the church that we have established for your instructions, then there would be no thieves, because there would not be anything to steal. And if the things of the earth have no value, then why would ye keep unto yourselves more than what ye needed to sustain your lives? And ye are beginning to establish borders and fences among you. And how do ye think that ye can do these things and comply with the commandments of God? Behold, the earth is not ours to own, for we will soon die and leave it to another, and take none of it with us. Then what is the cause in which ye think ye are justified in the ownership of land, which doth not belong to you? And if it doth not belong to you, then ye are thieves who claim it as your own. And if ye are thieves who have claimed it as your own, then ye give the right unto others to enter in among you, and take that which is not yours to have. And this will be the cause of much war and contention among you. And with these wars and this contention cometh the anger that the Lord hath commanded us not to have in our hearts. And this desire to own that which is not yours hath caused you to divide yourselves through the land into families and communities. And when ye have thus divided yourselves, you cause your thoughts to center on your families instead of on all people, who are your brothers and sisters. Let me read that one more time. For all you camps, all you people who think you're special, oh, don't worry, I got you. And this desire to own that which is not yours, hath caused you to divide yourselves throughout the land into families and communities. And when ye have thus divided yourselves, ye cause your thoughts to center on your families instead of on all people, who are your brothers and your sisters. And this family unit shall be the cause of much heartache and contention among you. This is Adam speaking to his children. For ye have begun to believe that your families are more important than the rest of your brothers and sisters, who are your neighbors. Boom. Love thy neighbor as yourself. That commandment. For ye have begun to believe that your families are more important than the rest of your brothers and sisters, who are your neighbors. And because ye believe this, ye shall concentrate all of your efforts on acquiring the things of the world to care for your families in the flesh. And your children shall become selfish and centered in themselves because of the example of the things that ye have shown unto them. And they shall begin to think that they have no other brothers and sisters, except those with whom they share the same parents. And they shall begin to believe that their family unit is better than that of their neighbor. See that? And that they should put their own family and its needs above the needs of their neighbor. And this belief shall cause pride to overcome them, and they shall begin to think of themselves above all others who do not belong to their own family. And because of this pride, family shall fight against family for the land that ye have divided amongst yourselves, for the purpose of providing for the needs of your own family. And ye shall believe that your needs are greater than the needs of your neighbors, and ye shall withhold your substance from your neighbors, and justify the withholding of your substance, because ye believe that if ye give unto them, ye shall not have enough for your family. And because of this family unit in which ye have divided yourselves, ye shall begin to put even more value upon your own lives in the comparison to the lives of your neighbors. And ye shall strive to be rich, and have more than others. And in your desire to be rich, ye shall make many of your brothers and your sisters, yea, even your brothers and your sisters before God, poor. You see the comparison? Brothers and sisters. Who's the poor? Who's the rich? Brothers, I'm telling you, here we go. And ye shall begin to teach your children to focus their lives on learning the ways of the world, that they might get gain therein, and receive the honor and praises of men for the gain that they have received. And your children shall begin to search for gold and silver, and for fine linen, and all the fine things of the world. And they shall make these things their idol, for they shall fall down before them and worship them, in that their hearts and desires are continually focused upon them. Now, if you can pinpoint out the people who's doing this, and then the poor, but then it says we're brothers and sisters. Oh, don't. It's going to clarify. And ye have already begun to teach your children that these family units are sanctioned by God, and that it is the most important unit among you. And ye believe that the things that ye have acquired of the world are the blessings of God, and that hath given you these things because of your righteousness in your family. But I say unto you, these family units are an abomination before God. Say it again. I say unto you, these family units are an abomination before God. Behold, they divide the children of God against each other, and cause the Spirit of God to withdraw itself from you. One more time. But I say unto you, these family units, black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, Dominican, blah, 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 behold, they divide the children of God against each other, and cause the Spirit of God to withdraw itself from you. And when the Spirit of God hath withdrawn itself from among you, then ye are left unto yourselves. And we are left unto yourselves. Satan began to have power over you. And when Satan hath power over your hearts, he beginneth to convince you that that which is evil of him is good, and that which is good of God is evil. And in this way he misleadeth you, and lulleth you away into carnal security, carefully leading your souls away from God and down to hell. And this hell is not a place where ye shall go after this life, For all of us will return to the spirit world from whence we came. But this hell is a state of being which is either on this earth or in spirit, like depression, um, you know, that state of hell that I was in before I read this book. Now it's like I don't have none of those feelings anymore, which is good. Everything is quiet. Everything is just there's nothing. This is good. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. Okay, back to work. Okay, and it is easy to tell whether or not a thing is from God or it is from Satan. For the things of God shall lead you to do the will of God. Sorry. And for the things of God shall lead you to do the will of God. And when you do the will of God, then ye are happy. And if ye are not happy, then ye are not doing the will of God. And Satan will allow you to rejoice in your wickedness for a time, but he will not stand by you for long. And when he turneth his back on you, ye shall no longer remain happy in the evil things that ye are doing. And I know that ye do rejoice in the concept of your family unit, and that ye rejoice in your children and your spouse, and in the things of this world that ye have accumulated to support them in their needs. And because ye find joy therein, ye believe that these things must be from God. But I say unto you that these things are not from God. And if ye continue in these things, or in other words, the division of yourselves into separate family units, ye shall reap the recompense of this sin. For once ye have divided yourselves into families, then ye shall divide yourselves into communities of families. And once ye have divided yourselves into communities of families, then ye shall divide yourselves into countries and nations. And ye shall place borders around the lands of your nations, and cause that any that enter into the borders of your nation be bound by the laws which ye have set for this nation, which laws are based on the things that ye have taught your children in the family units that ye have created. What? What? So they went from brothers and sisters to nations. Hmm. Hmm. Read that one more time. This is verse 20. This is chapter 20, verse 43. For once ye have divided yourselves into families, then ye shall divide yourselves into communities of families. And once ye have divided yourselves into communities of families, then ye shall divide yourselves into countries and nations. And ye shall place borders around the lands of your nations, and cause that any that enter into the border of your nations to be bound by the laws which ye have set for this nation, which laws are based on the things that ye have taught your children in the family units that ye have created. And in your desire to protect your families and those things in which ye believe, which things ye have convinced yourselves are from God, ye shall raise up armies and means of force that shall protect the borders of your land. And ye shall cause to be killed any whom ye believe shall threaten the family unit that ye have set up among yourselves. And in anger shall nation rise against nation, and ye shall have diverse wars and contentions among you. And these wars and these contentions shall be caused because ye think in and of yourselves that ye are more righteous than those of other nations. And these other nations are also created by family units which believe differently than you do, and which also think that the beliefs of their families are more righteous than yours. And ye shall follow the leaders of these nations, and they shall lead you into battle against your brothers and sisters. Oh, read it again. And ye shall follow the leaders of these nations, and they shall lead you into battle against your brothers and sisters. And ye shall kill them in anger, and they, in recompense for what ye have done unto them, shall kill you. And if it is so be that they are a nation of people who do not have the strength to kill you, then their children and the children of their children, even for many generations, shall wait until the time that they are strong enough to rise up against you, and then they shall make war against you because of the things that ye have done unto their families. Let me read that one more time. And ye shall follow the leaders of these nations, and they shall lead you into battle against your brothers and sisters, and ye shall kill them in anger, and they, in recompense for what ye have done unto them, shall kill you. And if it is to be, and if it so be that they are a nation of people who do not have the strength to kill you, then their children and the children of their children, even for many generations, shall wait until the time that they are strong enough to rise up against you, and then they shall make war against you because of the things that ye have done unto their families. And ye shall begin to follow the doctrines and commandments of men, and shall cause to be established among you diverse religions and priesthoods that conform to the beliefs that ye have taught your children, which believeth are contrary to the gospel and the commandments of God, that I am given unto you at this time. And these religions and these churches and the leaders that ye follow shall cause you to hold fast to the family divisions that ye have created for yourselves. And they shall preach gentle words unto you that will keep you lulled away in carnal security, while many of your brothers and sisters who live in other families, in other nations, beyond the border of your own, shall suffer because of you. And these religions and these churches and the leaders that ye follow shall cause you to hold fast to the family divisions that ye have created for yourselves, and that they shall preach gentle words unto you that will keep you lulled away in carnal security, while many of your brothers and sisters who live in other families, in other nations, beyond the borders of your own, shall suffer because of you. Your brothers and sisters of spirits. Your brothers and sisters in spirit. Your brothers and sisters in spirit. But ye shall not concern yourselves about those in other nations and in other families, because they are not of your family, and they do not believe the same things that ye believe. And because they do not believe in the same things that ye believe, ye shall consider them unworthy of the blessings of God, which blessings ye believe are the things of this world. And ye believe that these blessings of God are your gold and your silver, and all of the precious things that ye have accumulated for your family. And then shall the words of Lucifer, which he spoke unto the Father in the beginning, come to pass, in which he said, And with the enmity that thou hast placed between me and the children of men, I will take the treasures of the earth, and with gold and silver I will buy up armies and the means of force and priesthood and religions, and I will reign with blood and horror on the earth. Now, I would that ye should understand what Lucifer meant by this enmity of the Lord hath placed between him and the children of men, with which are all of us. Okay, I remember I made a video about the enmity. This will clarify it more, because when I was saying these things, when I was teaching these things, I hope I wasn't going by my own precept, but I was going by this little word in my head. So we're going to read this. We're going to see what this says. Okay? Now, I would that ye should understand what Lucifer meant by this enmity that the Lord hath placed between him and the children of men, which are all of us. Listen to it. One more time. Now, I would that ye should understand what Lucifer meant by this enmity that the Lord hath placed between him and the children of men, which are all of us. For Lucifer had a desire to gain glory for himself, and this is contrary to the first law and principle of government of the heavens, that stateth that this government shall never be self-serving, and it shall never act in and of itself and of its own accord for the sake of its own existence. And the plan that Lucifer had presented to us as spirits was rejected by the majority of us, and was a plan that could not be accepted because of its violation of the eternal laws of heaven that cannot be violated. But there were many of the spirits that desired the things which Lucifer presented unto them, and these followed him and were cut off from the kingdom of God at the time. And they have been with us here upon this earth in the realm of the spirit since the beginning. And Lucifer had also been here amongst us, and he tempted Eve, and she gave in to his enticements and disobeyed the commandment of God. But Satan, as he is known among us in mortality, justified that which he had done unto Eve, claiming that it was necessary in order to bring about the mortality of the children of God, as it had been done in other worlds. As it had been done in other worlds. But Satan did these things of his own accord and wanted the glory for himself. And he did these things that he might corrupt and possess the bodies that the Father hath created for us. And Satan had his own kingdom, and receiveth his own glory upon this earth, among those that followed him and keep his commandments, which are the same commandments and precepts of men. Ooh. And his kingdom consists of all of you who disobey the commandments of God and follow his enticements. And God said unto Lucifer, I will place enmity between thee and the seed of the woman. Thou mayest have power to bruise his heel, but he shall have power to crush thy head. So it was spiritual, and I think I was wrong. It was spiritual, and I think I was wrong. I'm going to take this one to the knee. I was wrong in that video. I believe more in this book, because when I was learning everything but this. This is like, I feel like this is like the missing piece to all the things that I was reading, because like when you're just reading everything else besides this, you get this, there's like, it's like another narrative, and then once you get the full story, you're like, oh, so this is the point of view from where this was actually at, you know. So where was I? And God said unto Lucifer, I will place enmity between thee, which is Lucifer, and the seed of the woman, which is the children. Thou mayest have power to bruise his heel, but he shall have power to crush thy head. So I remember, I think I said this was a Jacob and Esau thing, but it wasn't. So it says, I want to read this again just so we can clarify it, so we know exactly what this is talking about. And God said unto Lucifer, I will place enmity between thee and the seed of the woman. Thou mayest have power to bruise his heel, but he shall have power to crush thy head. All right, so I remember when I was saying Jacob bruises the heel, and we're just gonna throw all that out the window. You know what? I'm gonna leave that video. I'm gonna leave that video up. Some videos, I have more clarification now, but I'm still gonna leave them up. I'm gonna leave them up, just so my wrongs, I will leave it there. I'm not gonna try to hide it. Okay, let me see. And now, my beloved children, I have caused these things to be taught unto you in the holy endowment that ye all have the opportunity to receive. But many of you think this endowment is foolish, and you do not understand that things that are taught therein. And there are many of you who have received this endowment, but do not ask for understanding, and have confused yourselves because of it. And if ye would have inquired of me, I would have revealed unto you all of its meanings, for it is not a secret thing amongst us, and hath been taught openly in the churches that I have caused to be established among you. But many of you do not attend these churches, and listen to the words of the leaders who have been given the authority to teach these things unto you. And ye would not need these leaders or these churches if it were that ye obeyed the commandments of God. And if ye obey the commandments of God, ye shall have the Spirit of God to be with you. And by this same Spirit ye shall know the truth of all things. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. And I swear, I shit you not, the second I let go of this hate, this vengeance, this this can't wait for this prophecy to happen. The second I let all that go, and I looked at the things that were happening, and I say it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. I use an example for on my kid when I was talking to my wife. I used an example for my kid. I said, she said, "That's good." I said, I told her, I said, I figured out how to let it go. She said, "How's that?" I said, "It wasn't their fault." That's kind of hard to do. I said, okay. So I grabbed my youngest kid. I put a blindfold around his eye, and I spent him around. And I faced him to the wall. And I said, okay, walk forward and don't stop till I tell you to. So he kept walking, and he head first straight to the wall. Bam! I was about to laugh. I held it in. She looked at me crazy, and she said, "Why'd you do that for?" And I said, okay, whose fault was that? She said, "Yours, obviously." And I said, "Exactly." And then he took the blindfold off and he said, "What just happened?" And I said, "See?" She's like, and then she looked and her eyes got widened, like she understood where I was coming from. But that's pretty much how I was able to let minds go. Everybody might be different. It's a challenge that you have to overcome. It's a challenge that you have to overcome. It's a challenge that you have to overcome. I'm sorry, but you have to overcome it. Overcome this. Overcome this. For the people I'm talking to uh, the brothers of the flesh that look like me. Even though we're all brothers, the brothers of the flesh that looks like me, who ancestors went through this situation, you have to overcome it. You have to let it go. It wasn't their fault. It's the spiritual. The only. Listen to me. I'm reading this book. If you die with this feeling still in you, it will torment you. It will torment you, and you'll be stuck in that way, and it won't let go. Because when you die and you go to the spirit world, then you will see the truth, and you will remember everything, and then you're gonna hurt yourself. You're not gonna be able to hurt nobody but yourself. Let it go, overcome it, and know that you're not fighting them. You're fighting the person behind them who's controlling them. You're fighting the one who's controlling them. Don't get mad at the weapon. Get mad at the one holding it. Don't get mad at the weapon. Get mad at the one holding it. Don't get mad at the weapon. Get mad at the one holding it. I'm going to say it one more time. Don't get mad at the weapon. Get mad at the one holding it. And the one that's holding it wasn't Father. And another thing, in this book, it clarified who Yahweh was. Yahweh is not the Father. Yahweh is the brother, who's also called the Christ. If I keep reading this, I'm gonna come across and you'll hear me. Yahweh is not the Father. Yahweh is the Christ. Yahweh is the one who came down in the body. The Father is unnameable. It says the Father. It never said the Father's name, but Yahweh is the Christ, who is the Son of the Father. Now you can go back to the Nag Hammadi and then you can fill in the blanks there. I'm not going to say anything. I suggest go back to the Nag Hammadi, go into the secret book of John, and try to fill in the pieces for that. So now we know Yahweh is the Christ. It says, and in this book it calls him Jehovah. So Jehovah is the Christ. All right, let me keep going. Am I out here? Okay. Okay. I guess I'm at 60 here. But I would that ye should understand that these things, and also that ye should understand the commandments of God that ye must live by, in order to have the Spirit as your constant companion all the days of your lives. And for this purpose have I gathered you together, even that I might teach these things unto you. And it is that your feet take you through. And it is that your feet take you through this life and make a record, as it were, of all those things that ye do during your life. Yeah, even that your feet carry you forth unto works of righteousness or works of evil, according to the law of free agency, which hath been given unto you. Therefore Satan hath power to bruise your heel, in that he causeth you often to do evil, and bruiseth the works that you do during the days of your probation. And these bruises can cause you to stumble in your walk, unsurely in the straight and narrow path that the Father hath prescribed for us, and hath directed us to follow. And Satan hath been given power to bruise our heels all the days of our lives. But in the end, when we finally come to an understanding of the righteousness of the Father and the commandments that he hath given unto us, then shall we have power to crush the head of Satan, or in other words, destroy his kingdom with righteousness. Love everyone. And the Lord hath placed enmity between Satan and us, and this enmity that he hath placed between us is the feelings that we receive when we work righteousness, and that we are happy and feel joy. And this enmity is also the feelings that we receive when we do evil, in that we are miserable. And where there is an absence of joy, in other words, this enmity is our conscience. This enmity is our conscience. And Satan hath taken these feelings, or this enmity, and hath deceived us into thinking that evil is good and good is evil. And he hath accomplished this with gold and silver and the fine things of the earth. And he hath done this with the families in which he hath caused you to divide, so that ye shall hate one another and put yourselves above each other. Camps, you have to stop. Y'all are teaching everything is just the way he wanted it. We're both, all of us. He's playing both of us. He's playing both of us. And guess what? When we die, we both gonna be sitting there kicking our own selves in the ass. We have to stop the shit. He's playing both of us. Let's be angry with that motherfucker. Let's be angry with that motherfucker, because he played us both. Okay, where was I? For when ye are engaged in the pursuit of things of the world, or mammon, as it hath been called, then ye make that pursuit your God, and it is from this that ye receive your happiness. And ye are happy when ye think on the things that ye own, even your houses and your clothes and your possessions, and all the things to which ye have given a value that do not sustain your life, even a life that requireth only food and simple raiment, and a simple shelter to survive. And ye are happy when ye see your families prospering and enjoying the things that ye have provided for them, and ye take no thought of others, for in the happiness of your families ye find your joy. And ye find your joy in your religions and your beliefs, and in the leaders that teach you that things that ye want to hear, even preaching those things that support you in that which ye believe. And ye shall find happiness and joy in the pride of your nations and your countries, and the armies and the means of force that protect you within the borders thereof. And in this way hath Satan used the enmity that the Lord hath placed between him and us, him and us, him and us, to deceive us and lull us away into carnal security. Remember, he's talking to all his children, even the children of Cain. He's talking to all of them. He's talking to all of us. He's talking to all of them. He's talking to the children of Seth, talking to the children of Cain, talking to the children of Belen, Benelli. He's talking to all his children. There's more children than that, apparently. There's more children than that. I'm just getting all this information now, so my mind is blown here. And I would that ye should know, my beloved children, that any institution that is set up among you that shall be a cause of your disobedience of the commandments of God shall also cause your destruction. Read this again. And I would that ye should know, my beloved children, that any institution that is set up among you that shall be a cause of your disobedience of the commandments of God shall also cause your destruction. And it is the commandments of the Lord that we should love each other according to the eternal laws of heaven. Read it again. And it is the commandments of the Lord that we should love each other according to the eternal laws of heaven. He's talking to all his children, even the ones that are not from the line of Seth. He's talking to all his children. Talking to all his children. This is the commandment of the Lord. This is before Israel came into the picture. This is the first and true commandments of the Lord that was given to Adam, and that was also given to Moses. I am the Lord, I change not. Okay. And it is the commandment of the Lord that we should love each other according to the eternal laws of heaven. For it was according to these laws that we were created. And we are all the children of the same eternal Father. And he hath used these same laws by which he also liveth to afford us the opportunity to become like him and live forever in happiness according to our own desires of happiness. I'm going to read this again. I am in chapter 20, verse 71. Chapter 20, verse 71. Chapter 20, verse 71. You can go sealed portions, PDF it, and then go to chapters, go to chapter 20, verse 71. It is the commandment of the Lord that we should love each other according to the eternal laws of heaven, for it was according to these laws that we were created, and we are all the children of the same eternal Father, and he hath used these same laws by which he also liveth to afford us the opportunity to become like him and live forever in the happiness according to our desire of happiness. This garment that you hear in Revelations, that's the celestial body. These garments, that's the celestial body. These garments, anyone can get it. Non-Israel, Israel, a heathen, it doesn't matter. Anyone can get it as long as they follow these commandments and they love each other with their hearts. Then you'll be allowed into the kingdom of the Father. If you have this, I'm better than this person, I'm better than that person, I guarantee you, you won't step 1 foot in that kingdom. You won't step 1 foot in that kingdom. Drop that pride. Nobody's special here. Continuing on. And all of the unions that we create among ourselves, as well as the covenants, contracts, bonds, obligations, oaths, vows, performances, connections, associations, and expectations that we enter into during the days of our probation, have an end when we are dead. Let me read that one more time, yo. Let me read that one more time. And all of the unions that we create among ourselves, as well as the covenants, contracts, bonds, obligations, oaths, vows, performances, connections, associations, and expectations that we enter into during the days of our probation, have an end when we are dead. And after we are dead, we shall be judged according to the works that we have done, even according to our obedience and conformity to the laws of heaven. And these same laws exist forever in the eternal worlds that have existed long before this mortal state in which we find ourselves. And these same laws shall exist in the eternal worlds after this mortal state, even forever. And all the things that are not established by the Lord according to his word, which word is given according to these eternal laws of heaven, shall be thrown down and shaken and destroyed, and shall not remain after we are dead. And these family units in which ye have divided yourselves are not according to the word of the Lord, and he hath commanded us against such things. Therefore they are not eternal, and shall not last after ye are dead. And what think ye shall come to pass when ye are dead? Do ye think that in the kingdom of the Father we shall be divided into families? Whoa! Now I know we went through our curses, and I know we about to go through our. I know we went through our blessings first, and then we went to our curses, and now, you know. But just remember what it said. And what think ye shall come to pass when ye are dead? Do ye think that in the kingdom of the Father we shall be divided into families? Do ye believe that we shall take the pride which we feel for your spouses and your children into the kingdom of God, and claim your stake there? I say unto you that ye shall not do any such thing. When you're dead, the Israel is all that is going to go out the window. You'll be right back to another child in the house. But those of your own household are also your brothers and your sisters before God. And have ye not heard my words and my teachings concerning the creation and growth of a spirit? Did I not speak clearly unto you and teach you that there exists no marriage or families in the kingdom of the Father? For there are no such beings as male spirits and female spirits. Yeah, there are those spirits, which were given a male body according to the flesh, and there were also those spirits that were given a female body according to the flesh. But in the kingdom of the Father there were no male spirits, neither were there female spirits, but we were all children of the Father, and had not yet determined for ourselves which gender we would take upon ourselves to bring us the happiness that each of us desire. And when we return again to the kingdom of the Father, or in other words, to the spirit world from whence we came, we will return again as spirits without a gender. And after the resurrection, there will be very few among us who will be blessed with the exalted bodies that the gods possess, which bodies are male and female, and are given according to the eternal laws that govern the celestial glory in the kingdom of our Father. So, we come in this world to follow the laws, and then once we actually do them by loving each other, and we treat each other the way we want to be treated, then you'll get your body. Then you'll get your body. Where was I? And after the resurrection, there will be very few among us who will be blessed with the exalted bodies that the gods possess, which bodies are male and female, and are given according to the eternal laws that govern the celestial glory in the kingdom of our Father. And these bodies are given for the purpose of creation, and also for the fulfillment of joy of those who deserve the power that these bodies possess. I say unto you that except ye abide by the commandments of law and laws of God, ye cannot attain this glory. I say unto you that except ye abide by the commandments of the laws of God, ye cannot attain to this glory. For straight is the gate, and narrow the way that leadeth unto the exaltation and the power of the continuation of lives, and few there be that find it. And ye do not find it because ye know not God. But if ye receive the commandments of God in the flesh, and abide by them, then shall ye know him. And if ye know him, ye shall receive your exaltation, and ye shall be in the same kingdom of glory in which God dwelleth. For behold, this is eternal lives, even that ye might know the only wise and true God, who is our Father. And broad is the way which leadeth to destruction, and many there be who go in thereat. And this according to the commandments of the words of the Lord hath given unto us. And because Satan had entered in among us, there shall be many that come in among you in the clothing of sheep, but inwardly are ravening wolves. These shall call themselves prophets of God, and set themselves up as your leaders, and begin to teach unto you the flattering words that ye would desire of them. I'm not going to say anything. And the Lord hath shown unto us the way in which we can judge these who would make such claim. And I say unto you that I will show you a sure way that ye might know how to judge a false prophet. For ye shall judge him by his works, and the flatteries of his mouth shall not uncover his unrighteousness. For Satan shall inspire him to speak unto you according to the peace that you have been taught shall be given unto you by the Holy Spirit. And Satan shall mimic this feeling, and cause you to believe the words of the false prophet, as if they were the words of God. And ye shall judge all men according to the commandments of God that I am given to you this day, and which shall be taught unto you in the same likeness and in the same words by all the true prophets of God. And a true prophet of God will not add or take away from these commandments that I have given unto you, and which I shall continue to give unto you. And I know that God himself shall come down among those of our posterity in the flesh, and when he is among them, he shall be known as the Son of God, and he shall be the Son of God. But because the Son shall be in the exact likeness of the Father, and shall have the power and authority of the Father, he shall be our God. And he shall also give unto you the commandments that I am giving to you this day. Same commandments. Same commandments. This is the first works. First works. This is the first works. Not the works of Moses. This is the first works. Do the first works. Second, love thy neighbor as thyself. And he shall also give unto you the commandments that I'm giving to you this day, which are the exact commandments that your mother and Eve and I received from him after we left the Garden of Eden, which was America, apparently. And these shall be the same words that he shall always speak unto the children of men, regardless in what time period they are given. One more time. And he shall also give unto you the commandments that I am giving to you this day, which are the exact commandments that your mother and Eve and I received after we left the Garden of Eden. And these shall be the same words that he shall always speak unto the children of men who are everybody, regardless in what time period they are given, whether they be given unto them today or yesterday or tomorrow, they are the same. For these commandments are eternal. And if they are eternal, then they are from God and shall last beyond the days of our probation, even forever. And if any of those among you who claim that they are prophets of God shall teach these things unto you. Hear that? Any of those among you who claim that they are prophets of God shall teach these things unto you. And again, I say unto you that they shall not add to or take away from, nor shall they change these commandments in any way. Any way. Multiple wives. Somebody said you can only have one wife. You just sinned, sir. You just sinned. You just sinned. It said you can have multiple wives as long as the first wife accepts the new wife. You just sinned. And any of those among you who claim that they are prophets of God shall teach these things unto you. And again, I say unto you that they shall not add to or take away from, nor shall they change these commandments in any way. And if they add to or take away or cause any of these things to be changed, then ye shall know for a surety that these are not men of God, but are false prophets. I told you I'm going to condemn y'all. I will condemn you. You better come true. You better come true, because I'm watching your videos and I remember the things you say. So be warned. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Be truthful. Be truthful. Be truthful. Be truthful. And again, and if they add to or take away or cause any of these things to be changed, then ye shall know for a surety that these are not men of God, but are false prophets. Multiple wives. And there shall be many of false prophets who shall come in among you, preaching what they claim to be the words and commandments of God. And many of you shall be deceived by their words, and ye shall be deceived because ye do not keep the commandments of God. And many of you shall think that the commandments of God are too hard to keep, and that they do not bring you joy, and that ye have been promised. Now see, this is the part where I snapped. I snapped at this part because it was hard to let go, but I did. I managed to let go. I managed to let go. I managed to let go. I managed to do it with the help of the Spirit. I swear I managed to let go. And in this way, Satan shall have power over you and lull you away, in that you will begin to believe that there is no Satan. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me just backtrack here. And in this way, Satan shall have power over you and lull you away, in that ye will begin to believe that there is no heaven, nor is there a hell, and that there is no Satan, therefore there is no God. And many of you shall say amongst yourselves, let us eat and drink and be merry. For tomorrow we die, but it shall be well with us. Okay, I'm going to continue. This is the good part here. All right. Thank y'all for hanging in there. Thank y'all for hanging in there. For we will fear God, and by fearing him, he will justify us in the committing a little sin, Yeah, we can lie a little and take advantage of our neighbors because of his words. And we can dig a pit for our neighbor so that our own family might not fall therein. And if we do all these things and tomorrow we die, it shall be well with us. And God will beat us with a few stripes, but in the end we will be saved in his kingdom. And these things shall be taught unto you by those who are false prophets among you. Therefore, I would that ye should know you should know these things, that ye may not be deceived by them. And do not think that when ye stand before the judgment bar of God, that these things will not be known. For ye shall know those things which ye did that were contrary to the commandments of God. But even so, there will be many of you who shall say unto the Father in that day, O Father, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out the evil that is among us, and in the holy name done many wonderful works? Did we not take unto ourselves wives, as thou last commanded us, and brought up unto thee many children, whom we have taught to honor and respect thee? And in the abundance of that which we took from the earth, did we not dedicate a portion thereof unto thee? And then will the Father say unto them, Ye did nothing in my holy name. For of all the things that I have required of you, ye have done none. For I was hungered, and ye gave me no food. And I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. And I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. And was naked, and ye clothed me not. I was sick, and ye did not attend unto me. And I was imprisoned, and ye visited me not. And then ye shall answer the Father, saying, O Father, when did we see thee hungered, or at thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not administer unto thee? And all these things have we taken care of the needs of our families, as thou hast commanded us. Now I'm going to pause here. This is where the confusion comes with our community, Hebrew community. We're thinking that this only means our people, but it doesn't. It means everybody. It doesn't mean our people. This is what it just says here. It says, and in all these things have we taken care of the needs of our family, our people, as thou hast commanded us. And when they were hungered, we fed them. And when they were thirsty, we gave them to drink. And when they were naked, we clothed them with all manner of fine clothing. And when they were sick, we administered unto their needs. And if any of them were in prison, we visited them. And strangers, we were counseled by our leaders to avoid. Hebrew community, this is it. The strangers, we consider the strangers the heathens, all these other nations. And strangers, we were counseled by our leaders to avoid, lest they come in among us and destroy our families and our beliefs. But, O Father, when saw we thee and hungered, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Now, this is the full version. Now, in the Bible, they cut most of this stuff out. A lot of stuff was pulled out. That Bible was tampered with to God knows the damn near heaven. Okay? First by our own people. Our own people tampered with this book. Our own people tampered with this book. Our own people tampered with this book first. So let's just put that out there. Our own people tampered with the book first and screwed it all up. I'm going to continue. But, O Father, when saw we thee and hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not administer unto thee? For had we known thee, then we would have given all unto thee, as thou hast commanded us. And then shall the Father say unto them, this is very important, listen up. This is chapter 20, verse 102. Chapter 20, verse 102. And then shall the Father say unto them, Yeah, it is because ye did not know me that ye did not recognize me. Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did not to one of the least of those among you, you did it not you I'm sorry, ye did it not to me. For behold, ye think that those of your own family are they which are the greatest among you, and ye have given these things unto them. But I did not command you to divide yourselves into these families, in which ye have placed your priorities. And those who are the least among you are those who are not of your family, but whom I have commanded you to do unto as ye would have done. You would have them on. I'm sorry. This is the most powerfulest verse that you have to listen to. Let me read this again. For behold, ye think that those of your own family are they which are the greatest among you, and ye have given these things unto them. But I did not command you to divide yourselves into these families, in which ye have placed your priorities. And those who are the least among you are those who are not of your family, but whom I have commanded you to do unto as ye would have them do unto you. And would ye not want that when ye are hungered or thirst or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison, that others would attend to your needs, whether they are members of your family or not? Yeah, I never knew you, and you never knew me. For if you had known me, then ye would have known that I am the Father of all, and that ye are all my children, and I have given you a commandment to do unto all of my children, which include the very least among you. And ye have judged the beggar that is one of the least among you, and have denied him your sustenance, because ye have said that he hath brought upon himself his own misery. Therefore I will stay my hand, and will not give unto him of my food, nor impart unto him of my substance, that he may not suffer for his punishment, or just because he hath offended God in his laziness. Okay, I'm going to stop at 106. I'm going to stop at 106. I'm going to stop at 106. But I'm going to read 103 one more time before I go. For behold, ye think that those of your own family, black people, are they which are the greatest among you, and ye have given these things unto them. But I did not command you to divide yourselves into these families, races, in which ye have placed your priorities. And those who are the least among you are those who are not of your family, another race, but whom I have commanded you to do unto as ye would have them do unto you. And would ye not want that when ye are hungered or athirst or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison, that others would attend to your needs, whether they are members of your family or not? Bam! One more time. And would ye not want that when ye are hungered or thirst or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison, that others would attend your needs, whether they are members of your family or not? Yeah, I never knew you, and you never knew me. For if you had known me, then ye would have known that I am the Father of all, and that ye are all my children, and I have given you a commandment to do unto all of my children, which include the very least among you. God damn it. I'm just putting that goddamn the rage in there. But anyway, I want to continue more on the commandments, so I'm going to say this is the commandments part 1. I'm going to put part 1. All right. Commandments part 1. But yeah. The same commandments Yahweh gave the Jews when he came down as the Christ. He's Yahweh. I couldn't believe it. When I read it, I said, wait, that's Yahweh? His name is Jehovah, but we know Jehovah is Yahweh. So why are these camps saying Yahweh Shai, but it's but it's Yahweh, not Yahweh Shai, but Yahweh? See, it's these little fuck shit games that they play with me. Y'all playing too many games, and I'm gonna tell you this: you think that you're gonna get away with this? Do you think you're gonna get away with this? You think you're not gonna be held accountable for the things that you've done? How you led all these people to this fuckery? Anyway, I'm out.